Hey everyone, I'm Lucas, a 28-year-old from Portland, Oregon, and I've got a story that'll grab you by the heart and not let go. It's about how my girlfriend of 6 years, Mia, blindsided me with a break to find herself, only to spiral into a web of betrayal, lies, and chaos that exposed her true colors. When she came crawling back, I didn't just say no. I turned the tables in a way that left her speechless and her world in ruins. This isn't just about a breakup. It's about discovering a secret that shattered everything, outsmarting a narcissist, and reclaiming my life with a vengeance that'll have you cheering. If you've ever been burned by someone you trusted, grab a coffee, settle in, and let's dive into this roller coaster of heartbreak, deception, and a comeback for the ages. I met Mia in 2018 at a food cart pod on C. Hawthorne Boulevard, where Portland's quirky soul shines. Think neon signs, rain-soaked umbrellas, and the smell of kimchi tacos mixing with pine. I was 22, fresh out of Portland State with a graphic design degree, freelancing for local breweries like Deschutes. Mia, 21, was a barista at Stumptown Coffee, her auburn hair always in a messy bun, her laugh like a melody you couldn't forget. We bonded over vegan donuts from Voodoo Donut and late-night walks along the Willamette River, the steel bridge glowing against the skyline. She was artsy, spontaneous, the kind of person who'd drag me to Powell's books to read poetry aloud in the aisles. I fell hard. We moved in together in 2020, renting a cozy loft in the Pearl District, all exposed brick and skylights. Life felt like a dream. Sunday mornings at the Portland Farmers Market, biking through Forest Park, hosting game nights with friends at Base Camp Brewing. I landed a steady gig designing for Nike, while Mia started a side hustle selling handmade candles at Saturday Market. We weren't perfect, her messiness drove me nuts, and I'd zone out during her rants about astrology, but we worked. Or so I thought. Looking back, there were signs of her narcissism. She'd sulk if I got more laughs at parties, or forget to pay her half of rent, saying, "You're better with money, Lucas." I brushed it off, thinking love meant compromise. It was a rainy March evening in 2024, the kind where Portland's streets shimmer under streetlights. We were in our loft, eating takeout from Thai Peacock, the TV humming with a Schitt's Creek rerun. Mia was quiet, picking at her pad thai, which wasn't like her. I asked, "You okay?" She sighed, set her fork down and said, "Lucas, I need a break." My stomach dropped. "A break?" I echoed, fork frozen mid-air. "I need to find myself. I'm lost." Lost? This was the woman who'd planned our trip to Crater Lake last summer, who just pitched her candles to a boutique in Nob Hill. I stayed calm, though my heart raced. "And what does that mean, Mia? Are we done?" She shrugged, and said, "I just need space. It's not you, not me." That's when the gaslighting started. She framed it like I was fine, like I'd just nod and wait for her to find herself. But I wasn't about to be her doormat. I owned the loft lease, bought it outright in 2023 with savings, and I wasn't playing games. "Okay," I said, voice steady. "If you need a break, take it, but you can't stay here." Her eyes widened like she'd expected me to beg. "What? You're kicking me out?" I leaned back. "I'm not kicking you out, you're choosing to leave. Figure out where you're staying." She blinked, stunned, then muttered, "Fine, sign." That night she packed a bag, called her friend Zoe, and left, pausing at the door like she wanted me to stop her. I didn't. I opened it wider. If she wanted out, I'd let her go. Alone, I sat on the couch, staring at the half-eaten takeout. I wasn't crushed, just pissed. 6 years and she couldn't talk to me. She'd chosen the coward's way out, and I wasn't going to chase her. I boxed up her stuff, candles, sketchbooks, her favorite Blazers hoodie, and stashed it in the closet. If she wanted it, she could ask. The first week without Mia was fine. I woke at 6 a.m., hit the gym in Selwood, and buried myself in Nike projects. The loft was quieter, but I liked it. I cooked simple meals, salmon from Pike Place, kale from New Seasons, and jammed to Fleet Foxes on my vinyl player. Friends checked in. My buddy Nate, a brewer at 10 Barrel, swung by. "A good man." Mia just bailed. I shrugged. I gave it to her. My sister Clara in Eugene called. "Don't let her jerk you around, Lucas, you're too solid for that." Their support grounded me, but I started wondering, had I missed signs? Mia hadn't seemed unhappy. We bickered over dumb stuff, like her leaving wax drippings on the counter, but nothing big. Her lowest excuse felt like a cop-out. Then the gossip started. Portland's tight-knit. Everyone knows everyone, especially in the Pearl. A week after Mia left, my coworker Jess texted, "Saw Mia at Holocene last night. She was different." Different how? I didn't ask, but more reports rolled in. My neighbor, Tim, saw her at Powell's with some dude in a beanie. My friend Lila called. Mia was at La Pigeon with a guy. Cozy vibes. Cozy. That word hit like a jab. This wasn't about finding herself. She was testing the waters. Fast. I wasn't jealous, just insulted. 6 years and she's flirting at trendy spots I'd taken her to. It was disrespectful. One night I saw it myself, not intentional. I was on Instagram checking a client's post when Mia's story popped up. There she was, laughing at Departure, a rooftop bar in the Nines Hotel, with a guy, tall, tattoos, the kind who posts gym selfies. She looked carefree, like our life never existed. I closed the app, shaking my head. Codependency had kept me blind. I'd excused her flaws, thinking I could fix her. Not anymore. I unfollowed her. She wasn't my problem. 3 weeks in, the rumors escalated. Lila called again. "Mia's telling people you pushed her out, Lucas. Like you ended it." That was rich. Gaslighting again. She was rewriting history to play the victim. I didn't correct her narrative. The truth would out. But then Nate dropped a bomb. He'd overheard Mia at a bar, tipsy, bragging about big plans with a guy named Dylan, a music producer who'd change her life. Dylan? Who was this clown? I didn't care about her dating, but the speed, weeks after leaving, reeked of premeditation. Had she planned this? Curiosity got me. I dug, discreetly. I dug, discreetly. Mia's public Instagram showed her at music venues like Doug Fur Lounge, tagging Dylan, a 30-something with a man bun and a SoundCloud link. His posts were all vibes and studio shots, but something felt off. I Googled him. Buried in a Reddit thread I found it. Dylan was a known scammer, posing as a producer to lure creatives, promising record deals for cash. He'd fleeced artists in Seattle and LA. Mia's big plans were a trap, and she was falling for it. Then came the kicker. I found an old email account we'd shared for bills, forgotten by Mia. Her recent messages included flirty chats with Dylan before our breakup. She'd met him at a candle-making workshop in January months ago, and they'd been texting ever since. One email from February read, "Can't wait to start fresh with you. D. Lucas is sweet, but he's holding me back." I'd paid her rent half the time, driven her to markets, edited her Etsy photos. Rage boiled, but I stayed calm. This wasn't just a break. She'd cheated emotionally and planned her exit. 5 weeks after she left, Mia texted, "Lucas, can we talk?" No apology, just that. I almost ignored it, but I wanted to see her squirm. I replied, "Tomorrow, Laurelhurst Park, 3 p.m. I arrived early, coffee from Extracto in hand, sitting by the duck pond. Mia showed up, disheveled, hair in a loose braid, no makeup, wearing my old CSU sweatshirt. She looked defeated, not the confident girl from Instagram. "Thanks for meeting me," she mumbled, sitting on the bench. I nodded, sipping my coffee, letting her stew. She rambled. "I was lost, Lucas. I needed to figure out who I am. I didn't mean to hurt you." Gaslighting again. Framing her betrayal as self-discovery. "I realize I took you for granted," she said, "and so I want to come home. On my loft." I raised an eyebrow. "How'd that soul-searching go, Mia?" She flinched, then admitted. "Made mistakes. I got caught up with someone, singular. She was downplaying it. And you see, was downplaying it. I know about Dylan," I said, voice cold. "And the others." Her face paled. "It wasn't serious," she stammered. I was confused. I cut in. "I was confused. You planned this, Mia. You used finding yourself as an excuse to cheat." She teared up, but I felt nothing. "I messed up," she sobbed. "Dylan's a liar. He took my savings. $3,000 for a demo that doesn't exist. I'm broke, Lucas. I need you." There it was. She wasn't back for love. I was her safety net, again. Narcissism in full view. She only cared when she needed me. "No," I said, standing. "Oh," I said, standing. "On?" I walked away, her sobs fading behind me. Boundary formation. I was done being her fallback. I could have stopped there, but Mia's scam with Dylan nagged at me. Why had she fallen so hard? I dug deeper, finding Dylan's ex account, where he bragged about mentoring artists. One post mentioned a Portland candle girl with big dreams. That was Mia. But another name popped up, Zoe, Mia's friend who'd picked her up. Zoe's ex replies to Dylan were flirty, and her Instagram showed her at his studio with Mia. Suspicious, I messaged Zoe, posing as a curious artist. She spilled. Zoe and Dylan were partners, targeting dreamers like Mia, splitting the cash. Zoe had introduced Mia to Dylan knowing he'd fleece her. But there was more. Mia's candle business? Zoe had been stealing her designs, selling knockoffs online under a fake brand, Lunar Glow. I found Zoe's Etsy shop, with Mia's signature lavender sage candles relabeled. Mia didn't know. Zoe had played her friend while sabotaging her. I also discovered a family heirloom, a vintage Polaroid camera my grandma had given me, meant for my 25th birthday. Mia had taken it when she left, claiming it was hers. I found it listed on Zoe's Etsy, priced at $500, with Mia's handwriting on the listing note. I contacted my aunt Lena in Bend, who'd always distrusted Mia. Lena had warned me in 2022, Mia's using you, Lucas, watch her. I'd ignored her, but now she was my ally. Lena had kept emails from Mia, begging for cash in 2023, claiming I was struggling. Lies, I was fine. Lena also had photos of the Polaroid from my grandma's estate, proving it was mine. By June I had a plan. Mia's betrayal, Zoe's scam, Dylan's fraud. It was time for justice. I hired a lawyer, Rachel, from a Heirloom network to build a case. Rachel confirmed Dylan and Zoe's scam was fraud. Mia's theft of the Polaroid was actionable, and Zoe's Etsy knockoffs violated copyright. I gathered evidence, Mia's emails with Dylan, Zoe's ex-posts, Etsy listings, Lena's photos, and affidavits from other artists Dylan scammed. I tipped off Portland PD's fraud unit, who were already eyeing Dylan. I set the trap, inviting Mia, Zoe, and Dylan to my loft for a business pitch. I lied, saying I'd partnered with Nike for a candle collab and wanted Mia's input. Greed lured them. Lena flew in, ready to confront. On the night my loft was staged, projector on, evidence ready. Mia arrived, hopeful, thinking I'd forgiven her. Zoe was smug, Dylan cocky. Lena sat quietly, her presence a surprise. I started the projector, 50 slides, laying it all bare. Mia's pre-breakup texts with Dylan, proving her cheating. Zoe's ex-chats and Etsy listings exposing her theft. Dylan's Reddit scam history, with victim stories. The Polaroid's listing tied to Zoe with Lena's photos as proof. Mia's face drained. Zoe stammered. Dylan tried to bolt, but Nate at the door blocked him. "You're done," I said. "TPD has this. Fraud, theft, copyright, good luck." I held up a replica Polaroid I'd bought, engraved with Lucas' legacy. "This is mine?" "You stole my trust, my heirloom, my time. Not again." Mia sobbed. "Lucas, I didn't know about Zoe." Zoe snapped. "You're pathetic, Mia." Dylan cursed. "This is bull." Lena stood. "You're thieves, all of you." I tossed a USB drive. "Take it, P is waiting." I kicked them out, Lena and Nate beside me, their faces shell-shocked. Portland PD arrested Dylan and Zoe for fraud. They're facing charges. Mia wasn't charged but lost her business. Zoe's knockoffs tanked her reputation. She's working at a dive bar in Gresham, her texts ignored. The Polaroid was recovered, now on my shelf, a reminder of my worth. Lena's planning my 29th birthday at Deschutes Brewery, and I'm designing for Nike's fall campaign. I'm buying a cabin in Hood River, dating a hiker named Sarah who loves my quiet strength, and mentoring artists at P-Ear to avoid scams. That loft reveal, watching their lies collapse, was my triumph. I broke the trauma bond, rejected learned helplessness, and set steel boundaries. Mia's narcissism drove her betrayal, her gaslighting failed, and Zoe's codependency with Dylan sank them. Consequence, they're broken, facing justice while I'm whole. Was I too harsh? You tell me.